Okay.
Mom, the walls look awful.
What?
I said, can I have a waffle?
Waffle. Thank you. Should've used bear. Sorry, signed where? No, I said should've used bear. It's got one coat hide.
Today, let's paint with Behr Marquee, the #1 rated interior paint.
It looks great in here.
Behr, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Saturdays. Baseball's best are showing out. Saturday Baseball returns April 1st on Fox.
WBC semifinals wrapping up tonight, and we've got the guys to recap it. Kevin Burkhardt, A-Rod, and David Ortiz are here in Miami to recap this one and set up the championship game. USA against the winner of Mexico and Japan. We've played a very tense game.
Dímelo, macho, dímelo, papi.
Mexico's in front.
Está pasando,
They've
papi,
trailed in
esto
this
está
game,
intenso.
and they
Esto
turn to the
está-
29-year-old
esto está
Gerardo
intenso,
Reyes
este
to
jueguito
face the
está
top of the
intenso.
order and Lars Nootbaar. A run in the bank to cut it to 1. Tying run in scoring position. Reyes to Nootbaar with ball 1.
Just worry about that vacated shortstop. They got the shift on. There's 2 outs. And any ground ball to short's going to tie this game up. But there's a reason they are shifting him based on the percentage of ground balls that he hits. When he hits a ground ball, higher percentage goes towards the shift.
The 1-0 pitch. Nootbaar takes ball 2. Lars Nootbaar is doing something that's never been done. He's the first player born outside Japan to play for the national team. Born and raised in California, representing his mom's side of the family. His grandparents still live in Japan, and has become a sensation in about a week and a half. They love him in Japan. Trying to tie the game here. Grounds it foul, and it's 2-1. Reyes time in the majors. The Angels and the Padres. Camp of the Angels this year. Well, nothing quite like this in camp. Runner at second, Yamada. He's got good speed. On 2-1. Nootbaar takes inside ball 3. Kondo on deck. And then it's Ohtani. The 3-1 pitch. Full count. Quickly down to Kenny.
Lars's mother, Kumi, has become something of a media celebrity herself, subject of many interviews. Like so many players in this tournament, he told me he is having a time of his life.
No bigger moment than this one. On a 3-2 pitch, Lars Nootbaar checks his swing. They ask the third, no swing. It's ball 4, so the go-ahead run reaches, and Kondo comes to the plate.
That was a great take on a pretty nasty pitch that started in the strike zone but ended off the plate.
And Kensuke Kondo, we talked about off at the top today, and the lineup right between the guy that's been the breakout star in Lars Nootbaar and Ohtani right behind him. But Kondo having his own great tournament. 2 more hits today. 9 of them in 6 games in the tournament. Tying run at second, go ahead run at first, bottom of the 8th in the semi. Kondo takes a strike. And they get it to Ohtani. The 0-1. Fouled off, and it's 0-2, just like that.
And trust me, you know he's on deck. So this hitter is like the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. I mean, this is the hitter you want to get. You do not want to face Ohtani in any circumstances in this inning. You want him to lead off the bottom of the 9th.
And if you're Gerardo Reyes, been released a couple of times, made it to the majors, a few years between appearances in the majors, made it back. Could he ever have pictured himself in this spot? His 0-2 pitch. Got him!
¡Diablo! Los salvaron. Wow, wow. Está intenso, intenso. Pero todavía no se puede ganar victoria. Japón cierra. Pero este jueguito ha estado intenso, intenso. Llegué tarde, corillo. Llegué tarde hoy. No lo pude transmitir desde el principio. Pero el otro yo creo que es mañana. Y si ya al final, pues gane quien gane, pues ya mañana lo transmitimos. Vamos, vamos. ¿Qué pasó? Nos frizamos. Ya saben el drill, corillo. Tengo que salirme de ahí. Ya me dieron un strike, me dieron un regaño los otros días en el stream anterior. Espero que este no me den un regaño. Me cogí un copyright. Me cogí un copyright por una canción. Dímelo, Manuel Rosa. Gracias por ese like. Gracias por ese like, papito. Está México ahí contra... Tengo la foto de Puerto Rico, obviamente. Esa es la que se va a quedar ahí, pero... Está intenso ese juego, corillo. Está intenso, intenso de verdad. Está en... anuncio ahora mismo, corillo. Siempre que, pues, que vienen los anuncios tengo que sacarlos.
Pues no sé, pero ahora mismo es la 8ª entrada, la baja de la 8ª, hay uno en primera, uno en segunda, y él tiene 2 strikes, 0 bolas.
For the 9th inning, Taisei Ota on to pitch for Japan. 5-4. They got a run back last inning. Left the tying and go-ahead runs aboard. And now Taisei is going to try and keep it right here because they've got Ohtani leading off the bottom of the 9th.
You know, Mexico would love to add an extra run if they could. It's been a whale of a baseball game.
They had the 3-run shot from this guy who's coming up here, Luis Arias, in the 4th inning. And for the first 6 innings of the game, that was it. But back and forth in these late innings to get us to this 5-4 score. Got a world baseball power in Japan trying to get to the championship for the 3rd time. You've got Mexico, never even been to the semifinal before tonight. Arias lifts a fly ball off the end of the bat to Kondo and right. There are multiple defensive changes for Japan to report. Tetsudo Yamada has moved over to first base. Takumu Nakano is now in the game at second. And the third catcher of the game, Takumi Oshiro. So Japan using that whole roster today. One gone in the top of the ninth. Alan Trejo. Fly ball shuttled off field. Long way to run and an over-the-shoulder grab made by Genda. Sosuke Genda, who had the sacrifice bunt last inning, is mostly known for his defense, and you see why right there.
Yeah, that's a great play. Anytime you're running towards your left fielder, you got to be pretty sure you're going to get this so that there's no collision.
This guy in Genda that's won 5 consecutive Golden Gloves in Japan. And on 3 pitches, 2 outs. Otani, Yoshida, and Murakami due up in the 9th inning. Likely against Giovanni Gallegos for Mexico. Alec Thomas takes a strike.
And right now there's 2 anxious starting pitchers. And what I mean by that is 2 guys that would love to pitch tomorrow night, and Yu Darvish and Taiwan Walker. Only one's going to get to do it. Taiwan has the edge right now, up 1.
Thomas swings through that one. There is Walker. And there is Yu Darvish. Wonder what Team USA's sitting there thinking.
They're thinking 14 innings.
Yeah, let's make this thing go as long as we can, and who cares?
Yeah, use as many pitchers as possible.
You know, they wouldn't mind a chance at a rematch against Mexico. Mexico rolled them 1 week ago in Phoenix. There's Gallegos getting ready for the 9th. Then again, Otani, Yoshida, Murakami. That's 3, 4, and 5 for Samurai Japan. 2-2 on Alec Thomas. Hit him with a 2-2 pitch. He'd gotten ahead of him 0-2 when he winds up plunking him, and the inning continues.
And on the top of the foot.
So here in the 9th inning, 5-4, Mexico in front. Back-to-back big swings as far as the scoring goes. Urias, the 3-run shot in the 4th, and then a 3-run shot for Japan from Yoshida in the 7th that tied it. Mexico didn't waste any time at all. Rosarena and Verdugo had back-to-back doubles in the following half inning. Added a run in that inning to make it 5-3. Japan got one back in the 8th. And it has been too close for comfort for either side all game long. Early on, it looked like we might not get much scoring at all. Like one swing might do it with as good as Patrick Sandoval was for Mexico and as good as Roki Sasaki looked for Japan. Austin Barnes down the line foul. Both offenses breaking through, and then a function of the pitch limits in this tournament. Getting to see more and more pitchers. Boy, Oshiro is having a hard time catching him. That's the 3rd one that he's dropped out of his 10 pitches. Here's the 3rd catcher.
Yeah, but probably in there for a reason.
Because they pinch hit for the other 2.
Yeah.
Barnes swings and misses. 1-2.
This place is going to go crazy in the ninth, especially when Ohtani steps to the plate. What will be the score when he does?
A 1-2 pitch. There goes Thomas. Swing and a miss. And the answer to your question, John, is 5-4, which means Shohei Ohtani comes to the plate in the bottom of the ninth, representing the tying run.
Berry flavor.
And a smooth, creamy finish.
But wait, there's more. Why not try it your brand new car?
Para pelo, señores. Señoras y señores, ese jueguito está para pelo, para pelo. Yo me iba a acostar a dormir, pero lo voy a terminar de ver. Lo voy a terminar de ver, así me tenga que levantar ahorita a las 4 de la mañana. Pero ese jueguito está intenso, intenso, de verdad. But he's gonna have the shirt loose, so... Dímelo, macho, papá. Saludos. Gracias por ese like, bro. Gracias por ese like, papá. Qué jueguito. Si el de PR con México estuvo intenso, este ha estado más intenso todavía. Este juego, hasta este sí ha estado intenso, de verdad. Y yo creo que el otro es mañana. La final es mañana, yo creo.
Cuba last night, a whole lot more drama in semifinal number 2. It's 5-4 Mexico to the bottom of the 9th inning. 7 o'clock Eastern, FS1 tomorrow night, the championship game of this wonderful tournament. And USA will take on either Japan or Mexico. Giovanni Gallegos on to try and close this thing out. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Japan. And when it finishes, KB, Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz will have plenty to go over, recapping what's been a great game and teeing up the championship game for you. So Gallegos comes on. Reliever for the St. Louis Cardinals, has been the closer in this World Baseball Classic for Mexico and has been dominant.
He has been dominant, and he's facing some power in the next 2 hitters, really the next 3 hitters. And so he's going to have to be really conscious of that one swing can tie the game. But what you don't want to do is have one swing win the game. So if they're going to get on, you really want them to hit their way on. I know in a 1-run game, that's a tough game to close out for a closer, but this is what you're used to doing.
Isn't this beautiful? In a sport where you can't guarantee that the best player has the ball in his hands in the biggest moments, this right here, a gift. Shohei Ohtani, tying run at the plate in the 9th, and he starts it with a base hit to right center. All the way to the base of the track, and Ohtani's got a double. Tying run in scoring position just like
¡Ay, Luli! ¡Ay, Luli! Esto se está poniendo intenso.
Yeah, that was a couple bounces away from being a triple, and Ohtani can fly, and they did a good job cutting it off. They were playing deep as it was, and he just takes the pitch and knows right away he's got at least 2. Give him a changeup.
Ohtani wasting no time. His double brings Yoshida to the plate. And it was Yoshida's 3-run home run back in the 7th that tied this game and really woke Japan up. A team averaging 9 runs per game in this tournament was shut out prior to that 2-out swing in the 7th. Can Yoshida do it again? Days before he begins his big league career. He takes upstairs ball 1. He leads the tournament with 13 knocked in. That is a WBC record. Two balls and no strikes.
Well, they got a tough spot here, does Team Mexico, because once Ohtani takes his lead, they're nowhere close to him when the pitcher's ready to go to home. And if that continues to happen, Ohtani's speed can easily steal a base. So they're going to have to keep him as close as possible.
On 2-0, Yoshida takes ball 3.
I know it's not going to happen, but this would be the greatest pitch to steal on because nobody's going to pay attention on a 3-0 count.
Man, and even if they were holding him on, Paredes is nowhere close.
Way off the bag.
3-0 pitch. Strike 1. Three hits today, 3 knocked in today, 13 for the WBC. For the 29-year-old about to begin his career with the Boston Red Sox. Tying run at second, winning run at the plate. Winner to the championship game. Masataka Yoshida. Takes ball 4. Winning run aboard for Japan. And for Giovanni Gallegos, John, this is already as many base runners that he had given up in his 3 outings combined.
This is going to be the toughest situation he's faced, though. Well, the one good news is you wouldn't think that there's going to be a bunt here, right? I mean, this hitter is looking to find a gap and send Team Japan into the finals.
It is Ukyo Shuto, the pinch runner. And they continue to go as deep as they have to on that bench. Looking for every advantage they can get. Benji go out there for what looks like as much of a pep talk as anything. With Munetaka Murakami coming up. And if you happen to just be tuning in and you don't know Murakami's story, this is a guy who they call Murakami-sama. Godly. They called him Babe Ruth when he was in high school. He makes it to the majors in Japan and has won back-to-back MVPs before turning 23. This, though, the most that he's struggled in his baseball life. 2 more Ks tonight. A chance to make that all forgotten. Murakami fouls it off. There were 62 million people that watched Japan's game against Korea in the group stage. In Japan alone. Eyes of the country on Murakami. Bottom of the 9th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inning started with a double from Shohei Ohtani on the very first pitch. A walk from Yoshida. Gallegos in the frying pan here.
I'm still surprised how much room they're giving Ohtani at second because the shortstop's the only person that can keep him close. And he's really not keeping him close at all. And he can get a huge lead.
Cracked in the air, deep center field. Thomas on the move. It's off the wall. Ohtani's in to score. Here comes the winning run. Japan turns it around on its last breath.
Ah, diablo, esto sí, ahora sí se jodió esto, se acabó el juego, corillo. Se acabó el juego. Tremendo juegazo, corillo. Tremendo juegazo. Tremendo.
Heartbreak for Mexico. Hero for Japan. Munetaka Murakami.
Wow. This was one of the best World Baseball Classic games.
Bueno, corillo, pues. Yo en verdad, pues, le iba a los míos, corillo, los hispanos, tú sabes, México.
I haven't seen every one of them, but
le iba a los México, compo, pero pues. Tremendo juego, no sé qué le pasó a México ahí a los últimos innings, como se enfrió, no sé qué pasó. No sé, pero pues, todo pasa, corillo. Mañana, pues, creo, no sé si es mañana el juego, voy a averiguar, voy a cerciorarme si es mañana, pues, corillo, esa es la vuelta por ahí, mañana va a transmitir. Seguimos brincando, corillo, mañana vamos a USA. Mañana vamos a los USA, vamos a ver el de USA versus Japón, tremendo juegazo va a ser también, corillo, porque USA también está bien duro. Tremendo juegazo,
started with
corillo.
Ohtani in the ninth inning, a double on the first pitch. Walk from Yoshida. Shuto pinch runs for him. And Murakami, who has looked lost for a lot of this tournament, finds it at the perfect time.
Did he ever? I mean, you're talking about a pinch runner that's flying around the bases, almost catching Ohtani. Ohtani had the luxury of waiting a little bit. The read by the first base runner was so
Bueno, mi
perfect.
gente, buenas noches. Pues dése la vuelta por ahí. Si el otro jueguito es mañana, USA versus Japón, pues, corillo, lo voy a poner por ahí también. Buenas noches.
That was a move made right before the at-bat by Hideki Kuriyama, who continued to make moves and pinch hit and make defensive subs. The pinch runner, Ukyo Shuto, and you could see why he was the decision and why he was the choice to run it first. Because Ohtani's not slow, and he was right on his heels in to score the winning run. Ken Rosenthal has shown